A woman wakes up in a shower inside a luxurious salon. Everything feels strangely familiar, almost like history repeating itself. As she cautiously explores the mansion, she encounters one deadly trap after another. A hallway suddenly erupts with deadly laser beams that slice through anything in their path, forcing her to dodge with incredible precision. Moments later, a giant blade swings down from the ceiling, barely missing her. She survives every obstacle, believing she might finally escape. But just as freedom seems within reach, she unknowingly triggers a hidden bounding mine. The explosion instantly kills her. Her lifeless body is casually thrown into a massive trench outside, where countless identical corpses already lie waiting. The horrifying truth is revealed. Umbrella believed that nuking the city would erase the T-virus forever, but instead, the infection spread across the globe within weeks. Entire civilizations collapsed. Somewhere in the Nevada desert, the real Alice rides alone on her motorcycle, avoiding contact with anyone she doesn't trust. A distress signal suddenly reaches her radio, prompting her to investigate. But it's a trap. A gang of ruthless marauders captures her and throws her into a pit filled with infected attack dogs for entertainment. The men believe she's helpless, but they couldn't be more wrong. Alice's enhanced strength, speed, and reflexes allow her to eliminate every infected dog with brutal efficiency. She climbs out of the pit, effortlessly defeats every captor standing in her way, and continues her lonely journey through the desert. Elsewhere, another group of survivors struggles to stay alive. Claire Redfield leads a heavily armored convoy traveling across the wasteland in search of food, fuel, and hope. Alongside her are Carlos Oliveira, LJ, Kmart, Betty, and several others. Deep beneath the desert, Umbrella continues its experiments. Dr. Alexander Isaacs is confronted through a hologram by Umbrella Chairman Albert Weskier, who demands that the real Alice be captured instead of wasting resources creating clones. But Isaacs has his own plans. Secretly, he has begun experimenting with infected blood, creating terrifying enhanced zombies that are faster, stronger, and far more intelligent than ordinary infected. Back on the surface, disaster strikes without warning. Thousands of infected crows suddenly descend from the sky, forming a living black cloud that attacks Claire's convoy. The birds shatter windows, tear through flesh, and create complete chaos. Betty sacrifices herself while protecting the others inside a school bus. But even her bravery isn't enough to stop the relentless swarm. Just as the survivors seem doomed, Alice senses their danger. Raising her arms toward the sky, she creates a massive telekinetic shockwave that ignites the air itself, forming a gigantic umbrella of fire. Within seconds, the immense effort overwhelms Alice, causing her to collapse unconscious. When she wakes, Alice reunites with Carlos and meets Claire's group. During her travels, she discovered a diary describing a mysterious place called Arcadia, supposedly a safe haven untouched by the T-virus somewhere in Alaska. With no better options remaining, everyone agrees to make the dangerous journey north. Meanwhile, Dr. Isaacs traces the massive psychic energy released during Alice's battle with the crows. Ignoring Weskier's direct orders, he boards a helicopter carrying a shipping container filled with his experimental super zombies and heads straight toward Alice's location, determined to capture her personally. The convoy finally reaches Las Vegas, where towering casinos lie buried beneath endless mountains of sand. Their path is suddenly blocked by one of Umbrella's cargo containers. The massive doors slowly open, unleashing Isaac's horrifying super zombies. A brutal battle erupts instantly. The creatures move with terrifying speed and intelligence, overwhelming the survivors. LJ's hidden infection finally consumes him, transforming him into a zombie that attacks Kmart. Carlos is forced to shoot his longtime friend, but suffers a fatal bite during the struggle. Other survivors, including Chase and Mikey, lose their lives as panic spreads through the battlefield. Alice charges into the chaos armed with her twin kukri knives, slicing through the enhanced zombies with deadly precision. Umbrella operators attempt to remotely disable her using the mental conditioning implanted during previous experiments. But Alice's psychic powers have evolved beyond their control. She shatters their influence completely, proving she is no longer Umbrella's weapon. Realizing he has lost control, Dr. Isaacs desperately retreats toward his helicopter. In the confusion, one of his own creations bites him. Horrified, he barely escapes before the infection spreads. Alice chases after the helicopter, but arrives only seconds too late. Using abandoned Umbrella computer systems left in the desert, she and Kmart trace the helicopter's destination back to Isaac's underground facility. The surviving members of the convoy eventually reach the hidden Umbrella base. But the entrance is surrounded by thousands of undead, making escape nearly impossible. Carlos knows the infection inside him is advancing rapidly. Rather than become another monster, he volunteers for one final mission. Climbing into a fuel tanker packed with explosives, he drives directly into the massive zombie horde. Calmly lighting a cigar, he accepts his fate before detonating the truck in a gigantic explosion. The blast engulfs countless zombies in flames, opening a path for Claire, Kmart, and the remaining survivors to seize Umbrella's helicopter and continue toward Alaska. Alice chooses to remain behind. She descends alone into Umbrella's underground laboratory to finish what started years earlier. Inside the bunker, Dr. Isaacs desperately injects himself with massive doses of an experimental antivirus, hoping to stop the infection. Following Weskier's orders, Umbrella executive Alexander Slater executes Isaacs with a single gunshot. But death only makes things worse. The unstable chemicals react with the virus inside Isaac's body. While exploring the laboratory, Alice encounters the White Queen, the sister AI to the Red Queen from the original Hive. The AI reveals a shocking truth. Alice's blood may contain the only genuine hope for curing the T-virus. As the White Queen guides her deeper underground, Alice discovers hundreds of clone pods, each containing another version of herself suspended in sleep. The sight leaves her shaken, forcing her to confront just how far Umbrella's experiments have gone. At the heart of the facility, Alice faces the mutated Isaacs in one final battle. The monster possesses incredible strength and even telekinetic abilities, making him a terrifying opponent. Their violent fight eventually reaches another replica of the infamous laser corridor. Just before the lasers activate, one of Alice's awakened clones shuts the system down, saving her life. The crossing laser beams slice through his mutated body from every direction, reducing the monster to countless tiny cubes. Albert Weskier meets with the corporation's remaining executives. Looking directly at Weskier, she delivers a chilling warning. She tells him she's coming for Umbrella, and this time, she won't be alone. One by one, thousands of Alice clones begin opening their eyes inside their pods. An unstoppable army has awakened, setting the stage for the final battle against Umbrella.